I'm Sandy Petersen, and this is some punk kid. We're going to unbox Hyperspace. Now, before I unbox it, I want to make clear, this is not the deluxe version, this is the standard edition. So it doesn't have the plastic figures, but it is still, nonetheless, a fully playable game. Typical, good quality Petersen Games box. My beautiful assistant will handle that. Rule book with an extensive fact, fully illustrated, comprehensive. And now, let's see what we got inside. A full set of dice, the victory point track. Every time you accomplish something, you advance your guy on this track, there's the total victory point score. We have the faction cards, Skith, Time Travelers, Venge, Obsessive Compulsive Madness, Brood Masters, and the Fungi from Yuggoth, as made famous in Lovecraft stories.
So no one plays as humans. What do you
There
think?
are no humans in the core game.
What do you think of that, Madeline?
I love that. The pictures are beautiful.
Okay. This is stuff that we break out to make an organizer to hold the things. I'm not going to do that right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We have an organizer so that the game, everything will fit together.
That was Quimbley's idea. That was a good idea.
Destroyers, corvettes, and
Cruisers.
Here is atomics and metal. Metal apparently is red.
You picked
But
that
atomic is blue
5 years
because
ago.
I wanted green, but action markers. These
organics.
are organics, and these are various tokens that are placed on the map. These are control cards to mark your points and stuff on the various tracks. Citizens and other tokens. These are super units here. The super units you can see. I'll punch just one out so you can see the idea here. So it's fully color on both sides, and then it has a little base you stick into a stand, so it'll stand up. So it's not a plastic unit, but it's a lot less expensive than a plastic unit. So if you have rent to pay, this is the way to do it. And like I said, this is the full game. Here are hyper tokens and more organics. Here are colonies. The green color, the yellow, and the blue. They're friendly to colorblind people. When you pick your civ, it doesn't come with a color. So you can say, I'm going to be the green color, and I think I'll be the Skith. And of course, in the core game, there's only 4 civs, so I guess we could have had them be 1 per color, but we look forward to having more than 4 civs. Since you only have up to 6 civs at a time playing in the game, we have 6 colors, and you simply pick the color, then pick a civilization. Here we have tech cards.
The bases remind me, I'm really bad with names, but the one space game where there are like the bajillion space alien options that we would play with.
Cosmic Encounter?
Yeah, Cosmic Encounter.
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are generic texts that anyone can research. You start with a pool of them and you research the one you want. And these are Civ unique texts that you'll have 2 of these available to you. Only your civilization can get them. So they obviously work really well with what you have.
Right.
These are secrets. Secrets are super important. There are bonus things you get as you play the game. Every civilization usually has a different way of getting secrets. Plus there's some standard ways that are shared by everyone. And the secrets not only give you cool abilities that force you to interact, but they also can give you victory points or hyper tokens, depending on what they are at the end of the game. And on the back here are hint cards, because, who doesn't need a hint? Yeah, secrets. See, question marks for secrets. Yeah. So there's the dice. Black and white dice, so that way, like when you're getting ready to roll the dice for combat or whatever, one player can take the black, one can take the white. There's never more than 2 people fighting at one time, so black and white is all the colors we need to have all the possibilities. Okay, here are bases. So remember I talked a little bit about how the civilization goes on a base of its color. So say you decided to be green and you make a Broodmaster monitor, simply slot it in there, and behold.
It works.
That's Broodmaster?
Oh no,
No,
that's the
it's
Skith.
No,
that's the Skith Marauder.
The thing is, because there are only 4 civs in the core game, and if you don't want to get any more, you could just play it and leave them in these things.
Yeah.
There's all the colors. They're escaping for one of them. These are the planet tiles, and most of the tiles for the players start face up. Look, I found Hypatia, and it has 2 continents with a atomic on each one, and there's an orbiting wreck of a destroyer.
Metal.
Metal, sorry. I got excited. And then next turn you move here, and there's 2 continents with a metal and atomic and 2 metals. This also has a native alien, so you got to get your native alien token to put it there.
These ones.
Oh.
So we'll do this alien. This is the primitive alien. So we'll just put them right there. Ta-da! Now we're going to unbox the Nova expansion with my lovely descendant. And the Nova expansion is not something that is in the
Deluxe edition.
version of the game. This is only the standard version. We'll see what's we have in here. A sheet of paper that tells us what's in there. We're not going to use that because we're going to look to see what's in here the old-fashioned way by actually looking at it. 2 more colors of factions. There's 4 colors in the core game, 2 more here.
Right.
And that enables us to have up to 6 players, and 6 is the maximum number of players the game supports. There's also unique ships and unique citizens for each one, plus the new characters. So we have the automata, who are robots. We have the salps, who are very fast-living creatures. In fact, they're so fast-living they only have a lifespan of 5 or 6 hours, and the whole game, they're kind of based on that.
In our role-playing game, we encountered some.
Gosh, they were so annoying.
We have the Star Spawn, and these are in fact Cthulhu species, and their homeworld look familiar? It's Earth, because they took it over and kicked us off. So they're bad. Anyway, there's the Star Spawn. Their super ship is called a Cthulhu. You may have heard of those. We have the Zepseg, which are crystalline aliens, very sensitive to other people's opinions and feelings.
My favorite.
And
Yes, we've also encountered Zepseg in the role-playing game.
so those are
They're
the
my favorite.
so those are the 4 new civs that you get in the Nova box. And that means if you have the Nova expansion along with the core game, you have 8 civilizations, and like I said, there is only 6 players maximum, so you just mix and match however you want. Right. Here's their super techs: subversion, cannibalism. That's not Cthulhu's, believe it or not. One of them gets
So
that.
Still no humans, Madeline.
Still no humans.
There is Earth, but still no humans.
I mean, apparently we're extinct because the Star Spawn took it over.
Yeah.
We have 2 more hint cards because there's only 4 hint cards in the base game because there's 4 players. We have 2 new colors of bases because of course we do, and then we have
The Salp's homeworld seems very appropriate, having a lot of sources.
Oh, tons of organics.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it's a little tiny world because they're tiny little guys.
Right. There's no continents.
And then there's the 4 new.
Ooh, the automata has organics instead of metals.
Anything else, it only has organics, so its homeworld is worthless once it loots the organics.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, because organics aren't recurring. You just take it once.
No, when you collect the organics, they're gone.
Metals and atomics contribute every time you take.
Yeah, but organics. Well, you get organics from your citizens.
Right.
So if you have
organics already on the planet, then when you take them, you take
Box has 2 functions. It lets you expand up to 6 players in your base game, and it gives you 4 new civs to play with, and that is a lot, in my opinion. Ta-da!
You excited to play? Because you haven't played Hyperspace.
No, she was a baby when it came out. Well, she wasn't a baby. Look, she's all grown up. She's practically a human being.
Yeah, you're practically a human being.
There it is, the Nova expansion and Hyperspace, the core game.
Yes. Ding.
Ta-da.